Alright, this is Chorus. I played some of it and I decided to start over for the children. You might say, what does that mean? Well, you know, 100 years from now, people are going to be saying, I wish I knew about Chorus the game. And I want to be that person that documented what Chorus was for the children, because I believe they're our future and we should teach them well and then let them lead the way.
And a true guiding light for us all. I became his best pilot.
I was surprised by this, to be honest with you. I didn't expect it to look as good as it does and play as well as it does. I like the character Nara. I wish that... I almost wish it was a third-person game where she gets out of the ship sometimes, but then it almost is a third-person action-adventure game, and I'll show you when we get to the gameplay.
Nothing was able to stop me. But then he changed. Something happened, and suddenly no sacrifice was too much. Nimica Prime. A rebellious world refused the harmonious doctrine of Chorus. An order was given, one which every elder must follow, even if they disagreed.
Destroy that planet, Nara.
I hesitated.
You can refuse, Elder.
But I didn't. I gathered all my anger. And billions died. I heard them scream. That day I left the circle. Turned my ship towards the rift, ready to stop it or die. Keisha died first.
So her ship is a sentient ship that has a lot of abilities that she sort of discards and goes off on her own. So you start the game without this ship you're seeing here, but you eventually get it again pretty early on.
And I fled.
And I ran. So this is extremely good looking, right? Remember when I first saw this, I thought, I didn't expect the game to be this good looking. It's $40, it's on Xbox, PlayStation, everything. Except the Switch. I believe it's not on the Switch. So that's her ship now. Now you can, and immediately, right at the start, I'm going to show...
You only have a few seconds to get inside before the security system re-engages. Good hunting.
I'm a force.
And she kind of like Hellblade, which is also pretty cool. Man, my allergies are kicking my ass. So, yes, it's a space sim, right? Moving the ship, and I can fly and I can shoot, but you also have, not only with this one ship, which isn't the ship you saw in the cutscene in the beginning, you get that ship and it has more maneuverability, so you're essentially alive. But it's almost like the ship is a third-person action-adventure, because you can stop, you can literally pivot left and right, and you can explore your environments. They give you environments to explore in between the space missions, or a shooter, or a flight sim. Right? Lots of maneuverability. Forward. I can stop on a dime. Here's my shoot. Look at that, how it reacts in 0G to the impact. I love it. See, little things like this, I sort of... I don't know why I nerd out about them, but on something, it would stop because there's no friction. So if I hit this, it would essentially move forever, but it actually interacts with the hull and stops, which is pretty cool. Now if we were outside and I hit that, it would essentially move forever if there was into games like this. For all these things that sort of stand out. But again, it's like this is a character you would see on a screen, like if you're playing a game like Gears of War, right? This is Marcus Phoenix. It's not just the spaceship. I can stop. I do once the game properly becomes different. So pushing up on the left stick is your throttle. Pulling back is stop. Left and right on the left stick, you can maneuver. Now the full turn here. The right stick, center. So just give it a little bit of gas.
Never had a chance.
Gas, right? And stop.
They mess up even the kids.
A circle cleansing doctrine. Thorough. Prayed them.
Sort of talks to herself about the people she used to serve. The ship looks. Readjust your ship's orientation, which is pretty cool. Right, and you can just sort of precise you think, because it is about exploration combat.
If the circle doesn't find us. Charmed with my right of senses.
So she has her own abilities. I wanted to wait to get to this part. She has her own abilities, but once she gets her ship back, her abilities tie into that ship. So you sort of a sense. Tapping the A button, holding it increases the range of your sense. But essentially, you see those highlighted objects are things that you have to collect. And again, the maneuverability is what's great. Left stick. Moving forward, you have the ability to roll as well. So here I am moving forward, and I can roll like that. But if I in that roll to help me maneuver and collect things, which again is really different for a shooter. Rights require energy to be useful. The energy bars show how much you currently have. You can upgrade your
I'm moving on to engineering.
Careful, automated security could still be active.
Contact.
superior shooting distance and stationary. So we'll roll to avoid left and right.
Shooting.
I'll find a way. Or make one. I can sense the barrier field's energy flow.
So we'll
No barrier field.
take an area. So there's been combat in flight sim. That's what I'm special, and makes it what you prize.
Lockdown lifted. You're amazing.
Thank you, Sav.
And then once you get outside, the space combat and things like that, but you get to feel for the exploration, and that's what's great about it, because you can actually just stop and do much more than, you know, combat. But watch when we get outside, the world is just so vast once we do get out there.
They built it.
Yes. Big and slow. The perfect circle target. Moving in.
So then we'll use the scan.
So
let's go for that one first.
It's nothing. Remembering something. The pain's still there. Deep inside.
Show up. Take that, but the boost is cool, so you press up on the left stick for your throttle and then pull left trigger, essentially can speed up. Tap in that right stick to reorient your ship, And once you get used to everything, you can pull off some pretty cool moves.
So, the art arc, it transported jump gates.
Yes. Crossed space the old way. Engineers, pioneers.
Alright, so we've got this guy.
I've retrieved almost all the cells.
Yeah.
Ooh, shit.
Sav, you okay?
I knew what had happened here. The dreams, plans, all dead.
I know.
Once, I perfected those very doctrines.
Things at once, but if you've been playing games for a while, obviously that shouldn't be an issue. Click in the right stick to center the ship, pull back on the throttle, get in there. So I love the idea of just being able to stop and explore.
They're all dead.
Their blood is not on your hands. It's on the cult leaders.
And on mine.
You're right. I guess. Get out of there. Come home, Nara.
What are you hiding?
Within the world, once you get outside, I've encountered a bunch of these before. These echoes. And they're another way of telling the story in terms of so you'll hear her memories and see things, which is pretty cool, using your sensibility.
Evasive action, evasive. Heavy turn.
I must be fast. Boost.
Heavy
L2
contact.
to invade incoming projectiles.
I have company, Sav. Pirate crows.
Alright, so when we get into the combat here, you'll see
Cargo if you must.
how maneuverable it is. And once you get that sort of slide ability where you're even more maneuverable, which is amazing.
Hand over your cargo and maybe we'll let you go.
You don't know you're in. Rest in peace.
They're dead now. It was their
So there goes some things that we can interact with.
the enclave.
It was the right call.
See, there's a lot of different styles of gameplay mixed into one here at the beginning in this sort of one big tutorial mission. And then once you get outside, you're struck with how much space there is. We'll see that. It looks like is this a memory?
Strong resonances here. Memories from the past.
I can hear their voices inside my head.
No matter where you hid, you could not escape our fair sight.
Again, we click in that right stick to and it'll center you.
Hull breach! Evacuate the section! Where's Ira?
So just get that, for instance, when I'm moving like this, you can actually do a sort of drift, almost like in a car, instantaneously stop, changing direction, which is really cool. And you also have a warp where you can sort of jump behind enemies. So it's another way. It's more, absolutely takes getting used to. Holding in the A button for more checking out, looking for anything we missed, which I don't think we did. I played through all of this before, I just wanted to start it over.
Don't think I'll ever come back here. Maybe I can still sense something.
So now we're going to check out going from this huge interior to the open world, which, again, is really impressive. Load times are really quick as well.
Sav, the cargo is secured and all power cells.
So here we are.
I'm heading back to the Enclave.
Good job, Nara.
This is just one area that you can explore. So there's our indicator where we're going. Pressing the left stick, you can pick up speed and cover vast distances with sublight engines, as opposed to just the throttle and the boost, and I'll show you that in a second. But again, we can just scan areas. So we'll click on the left stick.
Good. Sublight
And you don't have to do
drives
anything
still
except move the right stick while you're doing this to cover those distances really quickly. And when you don't want to, you just pull back on the left stick and you're right out of it, and then you can come to a complete stop and explore. Check out things if you want.
not leaving Saga.
Good. But things here might change.
So now you're hearing about why she works there and she can fight well, and
Just come over and
he's
talk.
curious as to why she doesn't go somewhere else to make a lot of money. Nobody knows what she did or who she is. Get that ship that she used to destroy the entire planet, and that's when all this gameplay that you've seen in the beginning and the stuff that you've learned. Look, and it's not just black space that you're in. It's just really, really nice. Yeah. Let's look around. Let's just go up, push up on our left stick, pull in the left trigger. Look at that, right? I mean, this is a beautiful game. Surprising. This is where we wanted to get, Enclave.
Laura, I could use some help.
Understood.
So this is really cool. As you're exploring the world, going towards your main objective, sometimes people will as you play in addition to the mainline story. So there's a lot to do. Dogfighting. There's a lot of exploration and stuff like that. Like, for instance, what the hell is that down there? Click in that right stick to center us. No clue, right? Just some sort of, like, get cool. Alright, let's see what she wants. You'll be told to hit A to talk.
Okay,
I'm listening.
it's a quick delivery, but I'd feel safer if someone like... I'll pay you.
So A to help, B not right now. We're going to help her.
Almost. It's not that far.
Just
Yeah, fix that ship of yours a few
stay right
times,
behind.
but I left.
Look at that, right? I mean, just beautiful game.
I still owe Sav. I've got my own workshop now. Business is good, but I lost some credits. The damn game was rigged.
Let's pick up the pace
Now
to
you
stay
owe
with her.
The pirates.
But I'll pay them.
So the only time you need those sublight engines where you would click in the left stick is if you have to cover a great distance. When you're doing missions like this, just pull in that left trigger for your boost. These are warp gates that help you travel fast.
We're here, but I'll drop off my goods fast.
And here we go. They're going to jump her.
Finally found you.
I have your credits. Almost. I just need to...
That story's growing old. Hey now. Or...
Nara,
Oh, wait a second.
can you maybe...
Settle the debt.
Okay. I'll cover your debt.
fine with me. We'll see you, Azan. No.
Something else that's really cool is there is a photo mode in this game. And I'll show you that if I can actually... Ship on It's Alive is much detail. That's a great...
Me now.
My cargo's still at the Enclave. It's yours. Follow me.
Alright, let's follow her back and get our reward. Let's get the hell out of her way before she runs into us. And for really big ships, they use the warp faster.
Right, you shouldn't stay out.
We'll use. So you're just concerned with the right stick once you act in. All right stick. Right? We're following Azan. All right stick. There she goes, climbing. We're just going to cruise right in. Pull back on that left stick to slow up.
Here. It's what you covered. Plus my
That's
car.
our first side quest.
Thanks.
Got some credits.
If I repay Sav, I might get my old job back.
Maybe.
If he decides to trust you again.
I like the way she tells her own story in her head.
My home. Maybe one day.
Sav, I'm coming in. Your Naju power cells are all safe.
Alright.
And your landing bay is ready.
Now this is pretty cool. You can actually, once you collect things in the world, you can use them to upgrade your ship, which is kind of, I don't want to ascend and do when you get that new, but here you go, ending lights.
I'll let Ree's security team know their cargo's here.
Those energy
Now you can
cells-
do this with the new ship that you get by expanding and collecting things and exploring and getting those credits.
You're preparing for a cult attack.
See, there's a whole lot to this game. We haven't even gotten into dogfighting and actually doing what you would expect to do. So the hangar screen allows you to purchase new weapons, ship modifications, and upgrades, as well as changing your loadout. As you progress through the story, the Senua find dock scattered throughout systems. It's discovered. So, yeah, we. So, a package of compound matter produced additional. We can actually do this one too. Nice. And good. Comes later. Right now you only have a Gatling gun for $2,000. Just get into fights, which you'll do anyway. Leave the hangar. And all we'll do is press up on that left stick,
I've got something that needs your
pull up.
discretion. We have a lost shipment, sensitive cargo. My wife asked for you.
What does Ree need?
It involves a missing ship. She'll tell you more when you get there.
Or
Secrets are protection.
So that's basically it. And then we pick up the story and eventually a little bit more into the story. I'd say like maybe another 15 to 25 minutes, you'll have to recover that ship that you saw in the beginning cutscene. I don't want to spoil anything, but I just wanted to show essentially what this game is all about. It's one thing to do a video about it, which I did. It's another thing to actually show you.
Sav, any priorities?
So
Your choice, Nara.
hopefully this gives you an idea of whether or not this game is for you or not. So there's a couple of main stories. And then we're scanned for some side quests. So I think it's definitely worth the time. I think it's, unfortunately, I think it's going to be lost in a sea of games coming out. Plus it's $40 and I'm not sure if it's going to attract a lot of people. I think it's definitely worth that price. Absolutely. There's a lot to do. This is literally the tip of the iceberg. About an galaxies warp to different locations throughout the universe and do different quests and fight and stuff like that. So it's definitely worth it. Of course, is for you.